want to thank you for agreeing to do our catch-up for our first podcast interview on Saturday. Karen and I are very excited. We're so looking forward to it. It's just going to be fairly cruisy. Just discuss a few questions with you and see where it all started.
I'm honoured that you want to do that.
Of course we would. But our podcast, called it Not Your Average Joe. And today we're excited to record it, obviously with you. We have Dr. Rick Wolfe of Vista Eyes. We do have to disclose that I operate a company called Sort Your Books and we're registered BAS agents and business consultants. Karen, who's here with me, is a chartered accountant by trade. And for fun, we thought we'd give podcasting a go. Right. Together, Karen and I are called the 2Ks, and we'd like to give a great big thank you to Gamble, who is just truly awesome. Rick's beautiful wife, and you might know her from Melbourne Housewives, for letting us use her beautiful studio and home and as our recording base today. So thanks for joining us, and Karen's going to start off some of the questions for you.
That's right. So we're going to take you back to the young Rick.
Oh yeah, him.
Many years
I
ago.
I got pictures of that.
And did you always aspire to be a surgeon? And was medicine in the family?
No, never. I never really thought of it.
Okay.
I didn't want to be a doctor particularly, or anything medical. My father was a medical representative for a company.
Okay.
But there weren't any doctors in the family. I wanted to be an engineer.
Oh,
Really?
there you go. So did you sign up and start for engineering?
No. So I just decided at school, I got mature enough quickly enough. I always thought I loved maths and physics.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an engineer. And I put it down on the university thing. You put your preferences down.
Yeah, preferences, yeah.
I put that in medicine second. And I thought, damn it all, I'm going to be a doctor.
There you go.
Well, I didn't like biology.
It just came.
I never studied it, and I like maths and physics, which unfortunately I didn't do much more of. So then I'll do that. I think I got it right. It was a wave of maturity came over me.
Yep.
And you got in.
And you got in, yeah.
So you obviously got good marks. You got to be on
I got in 1970.
Yeah.
So you needed good marks, but not stunning like you do
today.
So,
You had to be in the top.
Wasn't as
You had to be
competitive.
in the top this much, not the top this much.
This much, that's right. Got to be in the top 1%.
What's harder about medicine today is it's not only the marks you get.
Yeah.
It might be so hard getting in the top 1%. That's not so hard.
Yeah.
It's getting through the interviews and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Think you're going to make a good doctor or not.
Yeah.
So to make aim for medicine as a career from school could lead to disappointment very easily. So I don't know if I'd recommend anybody wanted to do it particularly. No.
So as an did it take you, how long did it take you to finish and get qualified?
Oh,
same as what
just how it works. So you finish university, which is 6 years in my case. It's 5 years in some universities now. You take out all the extraneous crap, which is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And then you do a year as an intern.
Internship. Yeah.
There's junior and senior residence, so 3 years of residency. And then you try to get into a specialty course. You have a registrar at a hospital here or overseas. And do 3 or 4 or 5 years and exams to become a specialist. Yeah. And that's what I did.
And was it always then eyes for you? Did you
no.
or that wasn't eyes at that stage?
No.
What was your specialist?
No. Well, I like surgery.
Okay.
But as I thought about it.
What was your first surgery?
Oh, well, it's in training. You do things with someone.
Yeah.
They give you little things to do. I can't remember. I don't remember the first solo operation.
Yeah.
I can't actually remember. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
But what I did was see what sort of surgeon do I want to become.
Yeah.
And I had a look at what was happening in the future, not what was happening now.
Yes.
Or at the time. And at the time I thought I'm going to become a urologist. That'd be great. Doing that. But I actually had my surgical basic training, so that's 3 years plus an exam that you do. And I was reading about ophthalmology, and it was a fairly low status specialty in those days because they couldn't do much. Cataract surgery was it wasn't as good as it is now.
Yeah.
Yes.
The drugs and the things, and this so little could be treated. But I could see there was so much happening on the horizon that I wanted to be part of it.
Yep.
And ride the wave. I'm still riding it.
Sounds awesome. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
Still in
that's
there.
right.
Still riding it
Still
30,
riding.
30, 40 years later. I can't remember. 40 years later, yeah.
And then taking you back to when you were a child, what gave you joy and were you excited about? What made you happy back in the day?
Kid? Well, I grew up in Hampton.
Yeah.
Lived by the beach.
I was
and
going to say, would be the beach.
My dad was in the swimming club. And
Yeah.
we went to the beach all the time. We'd go fishing and sit all the
Nice.
time. All the time in the water. And look, I love it. And I still live with it.
I was going to say, you
If you
still
had a
would.
beach, the beach.
Beach, yeah, that's right.
It doesn't change.
No, when you come here and live near the beach, I think that's where you stay.
I think you always, I grew up as well
Yeah.
by the,
We
you
did
know,
too.
by the beach, and I think it's just having that.
And our parents would take us down the beach, put us out in the sun, wouldn't let us burn, put us out in the sun to get a healthy suntan. So
Is there a healthy suntan? I don't
I
know.
think it's changed.
That's right. Exactly right. So if you didn't become a laser eye surgeon, what other dream job would you have?
Well, I
thought that you
only
would
do
have
laser
done?
eye surgery because that's what I'm doing at the moment. I mean, it is part of the specialty of ophthalmology.
Yeah.
And so I chose ophthalmology, as I just mentioned, because I think so much was happening and
Yeah.
it really was.
Opportunities.
If I hadn't done medicine, I would have been an engineer. And I probably would have liked that. I think it would have been good.
Yeah.
I think I would have been good at it. But I was okay at medicine too, you know.
So when did you start like Vista Eyes? In your
Oh, so-
surgery? So when
sure.
when was
Good
that
question.
sort of,
So-
or were you actually working for someone else as an op?
I'll tell you how it all
Yeah.
works. You can work for somebody else.
Yeah.
And you do that, and that's all right. But I wanted to start my own practice.
Yeah.
I started it down in Mornington.
Yeah.
Why did I
Yeah.
come down to Mornington? I came down to Mornington because there was a lot of older people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're the people who get cataracts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a need.
Yeah.
And I could start my own practice.
Yeah.
I had a big practice going when I was quite young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was going until I sold it last year.
Yeah.
Very, very, very busy practice. And I did mostly cataract surgery.
Okay.
Yep.
But in addition, laser eye surgery came along in about 1990.
Okay.
Mm.
I
That's
joined
what
in
I'm
on
Yeah, I
that
was
too.
wondering when it
Yeah.
came into.
So I did both of those things. Now that I don't do cataract surgery anymore because I've sold the practice, I've got a
Yeah.
collar, I just do laser eye surgery.
Yes.
There's probably only 4 or 5 of us in Melbourne who do very much of
We
it.
do it.
Yeah, and so that's all I do now.
Mm.
I find it very rewarding. Maybe not financially, but certainly
You enjoy
you
it.
feel good about it. You get great results.
Yeah, that's right.
And make a positive change for people.
People.
Oh, very,
That's
very,
right.
very
And
much.
it's quick.
Very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And how different is laser eye surgery today compared to like back in 1990 when you
Well,
started?
1990, I think
Or was you really just
I'm trying to
doing
remember.
cataract?
we got the first laser at Melbourne University,
Yeah.
amongst a group of us at the university,
Yeah.
in 1990. And we bought it and it filled a room and it did terrible things. But it still gave good results.
Mm.
It caused a lot of scarring on corneas, but it still gave great results. But it got better and better and better with time.
There's a machine
No.
brilliant.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right. And today it's remarkable what we can do.
Oh, it is amazing.
Mm.
As I say, the difference that you give to people is
Sure.
is just amazing.
Sure.
That is. And then with I suppose with graduates coming in, you know, with your wealth of knowledge, what would be the thing that you would say to them when we're starting out as a graduate as well?
Well,
The things to look for, or
well,
what they should or must do.
there's things that they can't control. Like timing is everything. And I was just born at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got into ophthalmology when we were doing better at doing cataract surgery. And I kind of took it on and led it in a lot of ways, you know, if I say so myself. The same with laser eye surgery.
Mm.
So timing is so important. But it was all accidental. but it worked for me.
Worked for
But
you.
what was
Yeah.
nice to see what was happening. You see, there's a conflict in medicine and everything. You want to take on something new, and you believe it's good, you're going to get criticised from the establishment.
Because you're
And I
implementing
had criticism
change.
of the establishment for decades
Mm.
until the establishment went away.
Because you started doing something different.
It became the establishment.
Yes.
That's how. I've forgotten your question now.
Just
caught up with my answer. And
just in terms of for new graduates, what would you sort of the advice that you would give to them starting out in the industry?
Try not to be too conservative. See what's happening. See what the needs are. See how you can make it better.
Yeah.
Rather than just doing the same old thing.
Yeah.
Making a dollar out of it, but not contributing anything.
Yeah.
Or doing anything new.
I think also from what you said at the start too is having some foresight, like thinking into the future about what, that's right, what you said at the start, is for them to really start thinking about, you were sort of well ahead of your time. They need to think about what's coming or what they can bring to the industry and that sort of thing as well.
That's right. But sometimes I was very lucky. There's a lot coming. Sometimes there isn't much coming.
No.
Yes.
And I think I was just right place at the right time.
Lucky. Yeah. And is there anything looking back when you started that you would have, like thinking of your, say, younger self, that you would have done differently, or wished you'd taken an opportunity that, or might have come up, or you think?
No, I think when I look back, I'm very happy with how things went.
Yeah.
It could have gone a lot worse. And I don't know how that could have been better.
You're very happy, so that's a good thing.
Well, I'm happy with what happened.
And the pathway.
How it all went.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to advise people except be lucky, or it's not just that. You've got to work at it. You've got to.
That's right.
You've got to want it. You've got to want it hard. You've got to want it prepared to be out on your own a little bit. Doing things that are out there a little bit. If you're not comfortable with that, you've got to be confident in yourself.
Yes.
Be able to do those things. That's not just ophthalmology. It's not just medicine.
No, that's
life.
That's
life.
That's life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think sort of are some of the challenges people are facing in the medical industry?
Oh, I think people who are doctors now, I think it's harder life these days. Used to, when I finished, we used to probably earn more, and there were fewer of us, and have more opportunities. I think it's harder now. It's harder to get into specialties. It's harder to get into medicine.
Yeah.
I don't know what the relative incomes are. It's probably not as much as it used to be, and so I think it's a changed world to it was when I was younger.
Definitely.
In business, this one you've sort of touched on anyway. I've got a question here. Just in business, we all have sort of pivotal moments where we reflect back on what could have been, what might have been. Do you have any of these moments that you can think of, or it's really
about life, or about
just life?
Oh, how life could have been better if I'd done something differently. Oh, all the time.
I think we all have that.
Count the ways. In a reflective moment, I sat and thought about it the other day.
Yeah.
And I thought, what if I died? If I died tomorrow, what would I think? I think it's been a pretty wild ride.
Yeah. You've enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, I had a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
But then we learn from them, don't we?
Yeah.
And I think without the mistakes, you don't then grow, challenge ourselves. And I think it's just important to remember, I always go, the sun sets, sun rises, and you just follow the wave and keep plodding on through it.
Sure. And try and work out what's important in life.
Yeah.
Yes.
My mother, just before she died at 94, she said, "Gee, Rick, I've had a good life." But isn't she lucky? Because by all objective means, it was a very hard one.
Yeah. That's right for others, but she thought she'd had an amazing happy life.
Yeah. And I think so far it's been a pretty wild ride. And there's so many things I could have done better. Yeah. So many things. I've had it all over again. Yeah. Maybe it'd be worse if I had it all over again. Knew all that stuff.
That's right. That's right.
If I died tomorrow, it's been worthwhile.
And that's what life's all about. Isn't it? Yeah, it's all about being happy and doing what you love as well. So
Sure.
That's right. And then what's a couple of things that you're grateful for in life as well?
You know what? It really grounds you to be grateful. You kind of get carried away with yourself a little bit. Do you realise other people have done so much for you? I think my parents mostly.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. what
It
they
is.
give to the children.
And I think also when they're not around, I have my mum and dad still here, and it is my husband, my in-laws have passed, but when you've still got your parents, it's something to hold on to.
I feel I still have.
Yeah, they're still with us. I know you still hear their voices. I'm sure.
I still talk to them.
Yeah,
That's right.
I
Yes.
still,
They're
I've got a
always-
sister that's passed, so I still talk to her.
They're very good people. And I'm grateful.
They're still part of us.
Yes.
I'm grateful mostly for them. I'm grateful for my home, grateful for my kids, grateful for my wife, grateful for all those things. I think it's very grounding to be grateful.
Yes, that's right.
And you didn't do it all yourself.
That's right.
That's right, and I think they're always looking over you as well. I think
That's right.
whatever happens in life, things happen for a reason, and I think it's just
I wonder if
amazing.
they do. Or whether it's there's a lot of random stuff.
There is
No,
sometimes
maybe.
a bit of random stuff, isn't there?
I don't know.
I think they maybe put that in just to...
I don't know. I'm not clever, but random stuff's occurred to me in my favour all the time. So,
And you just do wonder, is it random?
yeah.
Or the universe
is
is
it
on
just
your side a
universe?
bit more?
Don't know.
Yes.
Do you have anything in you? Well, I think we've sort of already dealt with it. It was about, that you want to share with the audience about that you think might be of benefit, but I think all of what you've said.
In a medical career?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Mine was a little bit random in a sense, but I did look to what was happening.
Yeah.
The opportunity that I saw, and when you say an opportunity to do something new and something different. If that's not what you want to do, you're not comfortable with that. Well, that option's not available.
Yeah.
That's the way I did it.
Yeah. So we're actually fairly near the end. We're nice, short and sweet. We'd like to thank you for spending time with us and appreciate sharing a bit of yourself and your world with us. I have another question, which is one that I have a favourite podcaster, Stephen Bartlett, who he asks a question for, from which you'll do for our next guest. Assuming we have a next guest.
Right.
And this one is actually from Jade in our office.
Okay.
So she said, if there was someone famous or so, is there someone, I suppose, that you would love to have dinner with? Who would be your person that, whether they're famous, popular, or passed over, that you would love to have?
Well, firstly,
dinner with?
I choose somebody who's dead because
I knew you were going to say that.
it's the only opportunity.
I know.
That's right.
I thought that. I
If
thought
they're
you
still
were going
alive,
to choose someone that's
if you're still
passed.
alive, you can get them anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
The other thing I thought of too was, if you get to choose someone to come to dinner with you, why would they want to have dinner with you? You know, is it a one-way thing that I'm getting from them, or they're going to get anything from me?
Well, where would you go? Would you go to the beach with them? What would you want to do?
Yeah, what's your
where
favourite?
would I?
Yeah. What's your favourite
What would you
restaurant
want
as
to
well?
do then? If you didn't want to go for dinner, what would you do with the person that had passed?
Well, it depends on who the person was.
Well, who is it? It's your person.
I thought about it, and I thought about Albert Einstein.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
And I think I'd have dinner with him, dinner at home or something like that.
Yeah.
Just a drink, and why him? Well, firstly, when I decided to do medicine, well, in the first year we did edgy physics, like terminal physics, it's not going anywhere, and I never got to do all the relativity and the Einstein, so I never really understood it very well. And Einstein said something. He said, if you can't explain it easily, you don't understand it. Well, thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's
so
true.
I reckon he could explain it all to me. So I don't get it. And I don't get how he changed the whole world of physics with a piece of paper, with a pen and a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's all he did. It's one of those remarkable things. So I choose him.
Wow.
But I mightn't be much fun as a dinner companion. And neither might he.
I was going to say, that's
Well,
right.
that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, when you actually meet him. So yes.
Cool. Well, thank you. We will sign it off with our Be Bold, Be Brilliant, Be You. Karen, I hope you enjoyed this little venture into our little podcasting world, whether it's one and only or start of many, we have no idea. But,
I enjoyed the exploration myself.
Thanks for listening to Not Your Average Joe, for nobody, somebody and anybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much.